and I expect they will be. And in that sense, they are representative of this generation that makes me really optimistic. I've been asked, I've had some off-the-record conversations with some journalists where they said, "Okay, you seem like you're okay, but really, what are you thinking?" And I've said, no, what I'm saying really is what I think. I believe in this country. I believe in the American people. I believe that people are more good than bad. I believe tragic things happen. I think there's evil in the world. But I think that at the end of the day, if we work hard, and if we're true to those things in us that feel true and feel right, that the world gets a little better each time. That's what this presidency has tried to be about. And I see that in the young people I've worked with. I couldn't be prouder of them. And so this is not just a matter of no drama Obama, this is what I really believe. It is true that behind closed doors I curse more than I do publicly. And sometimes I get mad and frustrated, like everybody else does. Thank you very much, press corps. Good luck. Barack Obama. End of year press conference. Delivered December 19, 2014. Hello, everybody. We've really got a full house today, huh? Well, all I want for Christmas is to take your questions. but first let me say a little bit about this year. In last year's final press conference, I said that 2014 would be a year of action and would be a breakthrough year for America. And it has been. Yes, there were crises that we had to tackle around the world, many that were unanticipated. We have more work to do to make sure our economy, our justice system, and our government work not just for the few, but for the many. But there is no doubt that we can enter into the new year with renewed confidence that America is making significant strides where it counts. The steps that we took early on to rescue our economy and rebuild it on anew. Foundation helped make 2014 the strongest year for job growth since the 1990s. All told, over a 57-month streak, our businesses have created nearly 11 million new jobs. Almost all the job growth that we've seen have been in full-time positions. Much of the recent pickup in job growth has been in higher-paying industries. And in a hopeful sign for middle-class families, wages are on the rise again. Our investments in American manufacturing have helped fuel its best stretch of job growth also since the 1990s. America is now the #1 producer of oil, the #1 producer of natural gas. We're saving drivers about 70 cents a gallon at the pump over last Christmas. And effectively today, our rescue of the auto industry is officially over. We've now repaid taxpayers every dime and more of what my administration committed. and the American auto industry is on track for its strongest year since. – 2005, and we've created about 500,000 new jobs in the auto industry alone. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act, about 10 million Americans have gained health insurance just this past year. Enrollment is beginning to pick up again during the open enrollment period. The uninsured rate is at a near record low. Since the law passed, the price of health care has risen at its slowest rate in about 50 years. And we've cut our deficits by about 2/3 since I took office. Bringing them to below their 40-year average. Meanwhile, around the world, America is leading. We're leading the coalition to degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL, a coalition that includes Arab partners. We're leading the international community to check Russian aggression in Ukraine. We are leading the global fight to combat Ebola in West Africa. And we are preventing an outbreak from taking place here at home. We're leading efforts to address climate change. Including last month's joint announcement with China that's already jump-starting new progress in other countries. We're writing a new chapter in our leadership here in the Americas. By turning a new page on our relationship with the Cuban people. And in less than 2 weeks, after more than 13 years, our combat mission in Afghanistan will be over. Today, more of our troops are home for the holidays than any time in over a decade. Still, many of our men and women in uniform will spend Christmas in harm's way. And they should know that the country is united in support of you and grateful not only to you but also to your families. The 6 years since the crisis have demanded hard work and sacrifice on everybody's part. But as a country, we have every right to be proud of what we've accomplished: more jobs, more people insured, a growing economy, shrinking deficits, bustling industry, booming energy. Pick any metric that you want, America's resurgence is real. We are better off. I've always said that recovering from the crisis of 2008 was our first order of business. And on that business, America has outperformed all of our other competitors. Over the past 4 years, we've put more people back to work than all other advanced economies combined. We've now come to a point where we have the chance to reverse an even deeper problem. The decades-long erosion of middle-class jobs and incomes. And to make sure that the middle class is the engine that powers our prosperity for decades to come. To do that, we're going to have to make some smart choices. We've got to make the right choices. We're going to have to invest in the things that secure. Even faster growth in higher paying jobs for more Americans. And I'm being absolutely sincere when I say I want to work with this new Congress to get things done. To make those investments, to make sure the government is working better and smarter. We're going to disagree on some things. But there are going to be areas of agreement, and we've got to be able to make that happen. And that's going to involve compromise every once in a while. And we saw during this lame duck period that perhaps that spirit of compromise may be coming to the fore. In terms of my own job, I'm energized, I'm excited about the prospects for the next couple of years. And I'm certainly not going to be stopping for a minute in the effort to make life better for ordinary Americans. Because, thanks to their efforts, we really do have a new foundation that's been laid. We are better positioned than we have been in a very long time. Anew. Future is ready to be written. We've set the stage for this American moment. And I'm going to spend every minute of my last 2 years making sure that we seize it. My presidency is entering the fourth quarter. Interesting stuff happens in the fourth quarter. And I'm looking forward to it. But going into the fourth quarter, you usually get a timeout. I'm now looking forward to a quiet timeout Christmas with my family. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy New Year. I hope that all of you get some time to spend with your families as well. Because one thing that we share is that we're away too much from them. And now, Josh has given me the who's been naughty and who's been. Nice list, and I'm going to use it to take some questions. And we're going to start with Carrie Budoff Brown of Politico. There you go, Carrie. Question, thank you, Mr. President. I'll start on North Korea. That seems to be the biggest topic today. What does a proportional response look like to the Sony hack? And did Sony make the right decision in pulling the movie? Or does that set a dangerous precedent when faced with this kind of situation? President Obama, well, let me address the second question first. Sony is a corporation. It suffered significant damage. There were threats against its employees. I am sympathetic to the concerns that they faced. Having said all that, yes, I think they made a mistake. In this interconnected, digital world, there are going to be opportunities for hackers to engage in cyber assaults both in the private sector and the public sector. Now, our first order of business is making sure that we do everything. To harden sites and prevent those kinds of attacks from taking place. When I came into office, I stood up a cybersecurity interagency team to look at everything that we could at the government level to prevent these kinds of attacks. We've been coordinating with the private sector, but a lot more needs to be done. We're not even close to where we need to be. And one of the things in the new year that I hope Congress is prepared to work with us on is strong cybersecurity. Laws that allow for information sharing across private sector platforms, as well as the public sector. So that we are incorporating best practices and preventing these attacks from happening in the first place. But even as we get better, the hackers are going to get better, too. Some of them are going to be state actors, some of them are going to be non-state actors. All of them are going to be sophisticated and many of them can do some damage.